Shalom. Want to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalakia. Um, yes, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Citation to the brothers that's teaching his truth and sincerity. Shalom to the whole elect and 1/3. So yeah, I just came across this article, and it says Ottawa will send Army medics and nurses to Ontario hospitals caught in COVID-19 surge. So what I got from this is that they, they're trying to normalize military presence, all right, in the cities. You know what I mean? In your neighborhoods, in your jurisdictions, wherever you dwell. They're trying to normalize having these things, right? All right, normalize checkpoints and all of these stuff. All right. Okay, because you have the military coming in. You don't really see the Canadian military out and about often, right? They're at their army base and they're doing their thing, all right? But when you actually see them in the cities, man, you know, that's what's, that's what time it is. Actually in New York ever since September 11th, they definitely increased their military presence in their cities. So when you go to certain places in New York City, you'll see a lot of personnel in military uniform with big guns. You know what I mean? Like military grade weapons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But people are used to that. All right, they think that's normal in a sense. You know what I mean? So when you see things like that on a day-to-day basis, that becomes a norm to you, a normal. All right. So then when they actually do implement, all right, stricter measures and things like that, you're easier to get down with it. Even though it was a drastic change, but they did it so gradually. You're just you're kind of bandoodled to go along with it, man. Anyways, it says Ottawa, the federal government says it will dispatch 3 Canadian Army teams of nurses and medics plus Canadian Red Cross personnel to help ease the pressure on intensive care units in Ontario hospitals. Ottawa will also coordinate flying and provincial volunteer teams, including 9 medical workers from Newfoundland and Labrador who head to Ontario on Tuesday. The federal aid was announced that late Monday in response to urgent plea hours earlier by Premier Doug Ford government to mobilize military and the Red Cross intensive care support. This came after 2 weeks of Ford rejecting federal offers with the premier saying all he needed was more vaccines. Alright. And it says even as new coronavirus infections drop for the second day in a row, Ontario's ICU reported a record 877 patients, double the level seen at the peak of the pandemic's second wave, and with numbers expected to continue climbing. Hospitals are dealing with an all-time high of 2,271 COVID-19 patients, well above the second wave peak of around 1,700. A record 605 of the 877 patients in intensive care Monday were on ventilators, and there were 59 new admissions to critical care units in the previous 24 hours. Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center admitted the first patient to a new field hospital at its Bayview Avenue site. Alright, so, with this, man, what the devil does, man. Tries to make it seem like he's here to help you, man. But that's not the case. just gonna start off with this, Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stayed thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. Alright? And this is directed towards you Israelites, okay, that are actually trusting in this, so Esau's technologies, his advancements, his so-called vaccines, all right, his healing, pretty much his healing process. This is for you, man. All right, his Esau just opened up a new hospital. Oh, that's such a great thing, man. All right, but if everybody was eating healthy on a proper diet and all those things, right, you wouldn't need to open up more hospitals. All right, now you might have the odd case where, you know what I mean, you might have an open wound or something like that, and you need to get stitched back up. So things like that, I that stuff, it's understandable. But in terms of the amount of diseases that this place is filled with, disease-ridden, man, this place is disgusting, man. All right, and the people are defiled too, right? But this is just going into the judgment that's going to take place when you people actually get your vaccines, man, and really, you know, think that you're doing something and that you're not going to be affected by it, man. All right, so maybe the vaccine might not affect you, man, but the Most High know you took the vaccine, so he's going to find the right judgment to fuck you up with. You know what I mean? Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Alright? And with Esau's with his medicine, man, it's all bullshit. Okay, it's nothing to your benefit, man. Alright, we've been telling you, man.